Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about an unexperienced runner's top 5 running shoes. Now, when I say unexperienced, I mean that I've only run for about 2 years, so I've had little experience with running itself, but quite a bit of experience with what kind of running shoe I prefer. Starting off with the Brooks Pure Cadence 5. Now, my experience with this shoe was not that great because the fit around the top of my foot was not exactly right because I bought this in a men's size. So first off, I don't recommend that for your first distance shoe. And I just wanted it because it matched our school colors, and you don't need to buy a shoe based off of your school colors. Buy the shoe that fits. Right here I have directly from the Brooks website that this shoe is made of the Biomogo DNA midsole cushioning that supposedly dynamically adapts your stride. Now, if the shoe fit, I'm sure that it would work great for your more so short distance runs than long distance runs, because this shoe was really not providing for any of my joints or limbs. I have nothing against Brooks. I love Brooks shoes, but this shoe just didn't do it for me. Next we have a different brand of shoe. You know, I kind of steered away from Brooks for a little bit and wanted to try something new. So this is the On Running Cloud Flyer. This actually was my first distance running shoe. I was actually disappointed by this shoe, mainly because it kind of has a hard sole. And I didn't notice the cloud technology they claim to have. In fact, I frequently got rocks stuck in my shoe because we ran in dirt a lot. We have a dirt road that wraps around our school. Anytime you ran on the rocks, one would get stuck in the grooves, no matter how big or small the rock was. Directly from the On Running website, they claim that these are called cloud elements, to which there are 6 on each side. And they're supposed to get from a harder to softer texture as you run. Also, these zero gravity foam cushions are supposed to keep your weight low, which I really didn't notice. This shoe, again, was just not for me, but for many people it is. Next we have the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 18. Obviously, I went back to Brooks, and this shoe is ranked 3 for me because I didn't love it, nor did I hate it. The shoe also provided a great stability for my foot and also my arch. The arch is very high on this shoe, so long distance runs felt less gruesome than any other shoe. This shoe was one of the newer designs of Brooks at the time of the GTS. This was my first GTS shoe, so I really can't compare to other GTSs. Brooks claims also that there's softer cushioning, which is true, and increased flexibility, which I actually didn't notice. The foam in this shoe is fairly thick and not very flexible. Anyway, really like this shoe. It's kind of in the middle for me, as I said earlier, but it's a decent shoe. As we're reaching toward the tops, I have here the Brooks Levitate. This shoe really did work for me. I loved it. The only problem I had with it was the fact that it felt kind of heavy on my foot, though Brooks does say that it's supposed to feel lighter, but for me, it just felt a little heavy, and my feet couldn't really handle how heavy this shoe was. What made this shoe so heavy, I believe, is the DNA amp that is built in the bottom of the shoe, and it's supposed to provide better energy return, which it did. Again, just too heavy for me. Other than that, I really did like the shoe. The arrow point pattern here is also supposed to provide heel to toe support, which it did. Again, love this shoe. Nothing bad to say about it, besides the weight. Finally, onto my top running shoe, and the shoe I still run in today, actually. This is my favorite shoe, also the most beautiful shoe I've owned, and it is a shocking turn away from the Brooks. I felt really strongly about Brooks and said, you know, I'm never going to turn away from this shoe. I love all of their designs, but tried this shoe on and said, heck, might as well try it. This right here is the New Balance 860 V9. I used it for the cross-country season this season, and I'm using it a bit into the track season. So I got a good 100 miles on this shoe so far. New Balance has also said that this shoe has a blown rubber outsole paired with a True Fuse midsole. True Fuse exactly means that it's engineered through a combination of 2 foams that work to deliver sustained cushioning in response for the long miles. And man, is that true. This shoe really does provide a great energy return, and I never found long runs as gruesome as I have in my other shoes. I don't have very much else to say about this shoe besides that I love it, and it provided a great arch support for me. Like I've said earlier, my arch is quite high, and finding a running shoe that fits it is kind of difficult. But this shoe really just works for the high arch, it works for the long runs. I actually enjoyed running more than 5 miles for once, and I just really do love this shoe and really do recommend it. So there you have it, an unexperienced runner's top 5 running shoes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.